It's NFL free agency week. We got new signings. That means we got a massive update on the Baltimore Ravens and where they stand with the salary cap. And then on the back half of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about the top free agents left and what Baltimore may or may not be able to offer them. Before we get into anything else, though, I got to mention we're doing an AFC North sub battle for the week of free agency. And as of right now, we're behind. We trail Steelers Talk only by 8 subs. So if you guys want to do me the solid, help me out, you got to hit that sub button, okay? We're trying to prove we're the best team in the AFC North right here at Chat Sports. So if you haven't already, for free coverage of the best team in the National Football League, hit that sub button. Well, the Baltimore Ravens are broke, ladies and gentlemen. They're not broke, but they're broke. $2.21 million in salary cap. And about a week ago, before all these recent deals, they sat at $11 million, which was still like 25th, 26th best in the National Football League. But after all the recent moves, they're all the way down to $2.21 million, which is last in the National Football League. I got some thoughts on this, though. Okay, number one, don't panic. Don't freak out. It's going to be okay because the salary cap, I don't want to say it's a myth, but the Saints went into the week, they were minus $32 million, also known as $32 million over the salary cap. And after a couple of moves, they are now $17.19 million under the salary cap. So over the span of like 5-6 days, the New Orleans Saints have been able to clear up almost $50 million in cap space. So that's why you don't need to panic. Okay, $2 million is as of right now. Eric DeCosta, John Harbaugh, they can snap their fingers and in this, in an instant, almost instantaneously, they could clear up a ton of cap. And we're going to actually talk about 3 moves that I wish they would do to do that. Okay, before we get into that, though, let's talk about these recent deals and how they're structured based on what it has the impact on the salary cap. So Stanley's deal, he has a $5.8 million cap hit in 2025, which is not bad, right? That's only the 10th highest hit on this team. In 2026, that's jumped up to $9.9 million. And then in 2027, that's $20.05 million. You got to think there's going to be a restructure at some point before that to lessen that cap hit just a little bit. The other interesting thing about Stanley's contract is it also has 3 void years. Now, you might be asking yourself, Joey, what are void years? Basically, void years are dummy years added to the end of the deal that allows teams to spread the cap hit of signing bonuses and restructured money across all the different seasons. Okay, so he's got 3 void years at the end of it. Basically, what that is there to do is have him only have a $5.8 million cap hit in 2025, a $9.9 million cap hit in 2026. It lessens the hit as of right now, so it allows the team to be able to spend more money and add more players and get more talent on the team. Do me a favor. Grade Ronnie Stanley's contract. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. I think it's a great one. 3 years, only $20 million, $44 million guaranteed with a cap hit of only $5.8 million in 2025. I love it. You let me know A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. Ronnie Stanley's not the only one that re-signed this week. We got Patrick Ricard. Let's take a look at his contract because it's interesting. So Baltimore, they use what's called a 4-year vet salary benefit. So basically, he signed for 1 year, $2.87 million. And what the 4-year vet salary benefit means is half of that counts against the cap. And the other interesting thing about his contract was a 25% reduction from his last deal. Okay, so they're only able to count $1.4 million of that against the cap. That's a great deal. And they got him at a heavily reduced cost at only $2.87 when his last contract was around $3.7 million a year. Let's talk about our Darius Washington, because we got a couple updates on him. He hasn't re-signed yet. I expect that still to happen very soon. I hope it happens very soon. But as of right now, or as of a couple days ago, Baltimore placed the cheapest, $3.26 million, right of first refusal tender on our Darius Washington. He's not an unrestricted free agent. He is a restricted free agent. And after they placed that right of first refusal tender, the cheapest one at $3.26 million, basically, What that means, if I had to sum it up and kind of dumb it down for you guys, is that other teams can offer Ardarius Washington. But that's no different because he was a restricted free agent, so that was going to be able to happen anyway regardless. So they can offer Ardarius Washington, but Baltimore still has the ability to match. And if they don't, Ardarius Washington is gone with no compensation. Okay, so sounds kind of similar to just kind of any restricted free agent deal, but the difference is what they could have done. Okay, instead of the first right refusal tender of only $3.26 million, they could have placed the $5.35 million second round tender on Ardarius Washington, meaning that anyone who signs him away would also have to give up a second rounder as well, which pretty much guarantees that he would be staying in Baltimore because no one's going to sign him to that contract and also give up a second round pick to do so. However, they decided to just, you know what, let's try to save the $2 million. From 3-point-something to 5.35, and let's take the risk on someone offering more than that, and then if it's still in the realm of something we wish to afford, you know what, we can just match them and offer that as well. Basically, Baltimore's penny pinching. Okay, and I don't think it's dumb to be doing that, right? I think that's a good move. I think if any of us were Eric DeCosta, any of us were in this front office, we'd be doing the same exact thing right now. But basically everything they're doing, they're trying to do it at the cheapest ability, okay? They're trying to do it in the cheapest way because of where they're set up right now with their salary cap. So let me know in the comment section down below, what's your favorite move the Ravens have made so far, okay? Is it re-signing Ronnie Stanley? Is it re-signing Pat Ricard? Maybe it's signing DeAndre Hopkins for 1 year, $5 million. You let me know your answer in the comments section. So coming up, I got some cost-effective moves that the Baltimore Ravens could make to free up around almost $30 million in cap space. But before that, if you want something that's a hell of a bargain, nowhere near $30 million, you go to chatsports.com/Ravens Polo. You can find this great polo. It was $55. Now it's only $33. Okay, daylight savings, it's over. We're almost halfway through March. The weather's getting nicer. The sleeves are coming off. Jackets are coming off. And that should go on, okay, because it's sweet. It's sleek. It feels very good. You know, Fanatics has incredible collared shirts. So that's why you got to go over chatsports.com/Ravens Polo. Get yours for only $33 right now. That link is in the comments and description of today's video. So I got 3 money moves that they can make. Let's start with number 1, and that is extend Lamar Jackson's contract, okay? I think this one is I don't want to say a must-have, but it's one that I really want this team to make. And that's just because of how his contract is set up over the next 3 years, okay? Because if you look at his cap hit for 2025, it's a decent bit, but it's not enough to, like, make you absolutely lose your mind and be like, okay, this team needs to extend him right now, because if they don't, we're flat out broke, okay? It's $43.65 million, his cap hit in 2025. But if you look at 2026 and 2027, there's $74.65 million each of them. And in 2026, that is a fourth of this team's salary cap. That's not good, okay? I don't care how good Lamar Jackson is. If you have one player accounting for a fourth of your cap space, that's not good. And so my projected contract for Lamar is 3 years, $62 million a year. There's might be a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. You know, Josh Allen just signed a new deal, but that's kind of my ballpark estimate for where I think Lamar Jackson is. And if they make that deal, this is how much you would save over those next 3 years. $15 million in 2025, $40 million in both 2026 and in 2027. So to me, Eric DeCosta, go down to Florida, make the deal, and get this done as quickly as you can. Show me in the comment section down below if you want QB1 extended, then like the video, okay? I want it to happen. Trace wants to happen. I hope you want it to happen as well. And if you do, show me by hitting that thumbs up button. All right, let's go to move number 2. You're going to extend Lamar Jackson. Might as well just go ahead and extend Derrick Henry while you're at it because he's only still got one more deal left on that original contract that he signed. So how it's looking for 2025, he's got a base salary of $6 million. His cap hit is $12.9 million, and he has a roster bonus due of $1 million. Let's talk about the money. The money. Okay, let's project a 2-year, $24 million extension, which now after the Saquon Barkley deal, that price might go up a decent bit. Anyway, regardless, reduces his 2025 cap number of $12.9 million by as much as $5 million. And this is just a classic win-win situation for both Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens and their front office. You keep the guy that absolutely blew people's minds in 2025. You pair him up with Lamar Jackson for at least 2 more years. All right, let's go that last move, okay? You got to trade Mark Andrews. I know it's an awkward situation, but it's a situation that I want to happen because if you think about it, I just think this team is better off with him gone. He's a $16 million cap hit, and Baltimore can save $11 million if he's cut or if he's traded. And I think this decision is going to come down rather quickly because in 1 week, on March 20th, he has a $4 million roster bonus due. Okay, and so they only have about 7 days, in my opinion, to figure out what they're going to do with Mark Andrews because they're not going to want to waste $4 million. So we'll know by this time next week. So if you do those 3 moves, extend Lamar, extend Derrick Henry, and trade Mark Andrews, that gives you more than $31 million of cap space freed up. And if you do those things, you're able to afford a couple more guys. And these are my favorite free agents available right now. Justin Simmons, you can get him on a 1-year, $6 million deal. Mekhi Becton, guard is a very big need for this team. Okay, Patrick McCarry is gone. I don't know how I feel about Andrew Voorhees. I don't really even know how I feel about Daniel Faalele. You get Mekhi Becton in here, Super Bowl champion, a 4-year, $14 million deal. Or, let's go out to the safety room again, Julian Blackmon, 3 years, $7 million a year. Those are my favorite free agents that are still available. Azeez Ojulari also could be in that list as well. I don't think he'd be incredibly expensive either. Of those 3, who's your favorite, okay? Is it Justin Simmons? Is it Mekhi Becton? Is it Julian Blackmon? Give me a JS, MB, or JB in the comment section down below. As always, appreciate you guys watching, tuning in, listen. Whatever you do it, however you take us in, we appreciate you doing it. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because we're going crazy this week of NFL free agency. So for the latest updates, don't miss a beat. Subscribe.